Very good afternoon to all. Very first, I welcome you for the final year BTech semester 1 from Swedish College of Engineering, Pandharpur, and from Department of Mechanical Engineering. So you have completed your third year, and now this is your last year, and we are here. There are 5 subjects in this semester, and for next semester there will be the internship for you, or you can call it as a training, industrial training. So I am dealing with the subject production and operation management. So I will introduce myself. I am Dr. Sandeep Wanglikar. I have completed my PhD from National Institute of Technology, Silchar, and having 5 years industrial and 11 years teaching experience. And I am working as associate professor and head of the department Mechanical Engineering at Swedish College of Engineering, Pandharpur. And I will be dealing with the subject production and operation management. That way, very interesting subject. And the different subject taught that I will give you idea. So I have here before taught applied mechanics, then analysis of mechanical elements, or you can call it as mechanics of materials, MOM. Then third year industrial, your third year industrial and quality management, then industrial engineering, then machine design second, then production and operation management, and for MTech level advanced design engineering, then industrial tribology, like these different subjects, and industrial product design. So design plus management or production related subjects I have taught. So now I am dealing with you the production and operation management. So starting with what is this POM subject? So up till now you have learnt about the different like manufacturing technology, manufacturing processes. You have learnt about the different manufacturing or production concepts. Then in metallurgy you have studied about what are the different material aspects required. In MD1, MD2, SOM, applied mechanics, you have studied about the design considerations. Now applying all, then in IQM, you have studied the industry management and also quality control or quality management. So now how to combine these all aspects? Here is the management word. So this production and operation management, it deals with, it covers all the aspects from material, quality control, process design, product design, production planning and control, plant layout, material handling in the plant layout, maintenance management in the plant layout. So it is a very vast concept, and it covers all the aspects which are revolving around the word production. And to manage this is nothing but the production and operations management. This is just the overview or brief concept of this production and operation management. So teaching or examination scheme, I will show you the highlights of this syllabus. So this is the structure of semester 7 final year BTech. So our is the professional elective 5. So you can see here. So the subject is production and operation management. Now we will go in detail. Production and operation management, course code EME 4141, 3 hours per week. So in our curriculum we have given 4 hours per week. It is for 3 credits, and practical is also 2 hours per week. There is no actually conduction of practical, some different types that we will discuss in detail. And the examination scheme 70 marks. For there will be written examination 30 marks ISE, and there will internal continuous assessment term work marks will be there for 25 marks. So the introduction about the course. So this deals with the production is very we can say critical or crucial task or crucial operation in the organization, and it revolves around the management of this production. So it involves the raw material, it involves the design, it involves the material handling, the human resources, the facilities used, and after manufacturing, the quality control and the dispatch. And after dispatch also, this product and services and any customer feedbacks are there and how to incorporate it. So it is a completely from starting from the forecasting that whether what type of material is required, from analysis up to delivery of that particular product, and after delivery also, after dispatching the product, again it covers the feedback from the customer. So this is a vast concept, and this is about the course introduction. So we have discussed just now what is POM. Now what are the course objectives and course outcomes? Very important, because you should know the content delivery will be there, but why and what we are learning, these two are the major important concepts. So during the course, student is expected to develop knowledge about the principles of production and operation management, solve organizational problems related to production as well as operation management. So knowledge about POM, it is expected you will get. Then you can solve the organizational problems and empower student to handle case studies. So we will go for different case studies. In this case, though directly physical conduction of practicals as in heat and mass transfer or other subject. So here we will go for the case study related and some assignment related term work is there. At the end of the course, student will able to. So what is the outcome? Now I will say required, and after completion you can say whether it is achieved or not. So explain important scope and need of production. At the end you will be in a position to explain that why this POM is required. And POM is not only the concept that it is related to production. See, ours is the only branch which covers the all aspects, all industries, all sectors. I am saying sector, service sector also. So let us take the example of any IT sector. The development of a, you can say, software or any Android app development. This example you take. So from starting that whether it is needed, forecasting for whom it is needed, and again development stage, checking stage, then deployment that customer will use, and again feedback analysis. So this IT sector can also be covered into the production and operation management. So it is, don't go by name that it is only related to our production and mechanical, not at all. So it covers production as well as services also, and it is applicable for all the sectors where some production or services are given. So production, you are having a number of examples. Services, we can take the example of any hotel service providers, then IT sector, mobile sector service provider, then you can say this medical and hospitals service providers. So these are the different service providers. And production, any of the industry which is producing goods, maybe from consumer product, that your toothpaste, brush and hair oil, up to your cars and bikes and high utility or having high-end operations, like that all comes under this production. So this is the, I have given the idea what is production and what is services, and you will come to know, you will able to explain the importance of this. Then evaluate future demands using forecasting methods. Forecasting, it is nothing but to predict. In Marathi you can call it as bhakit karne, bhakit, to predict. So evaluate the future demand using the forecasting method. So you will be able that what demand is required or what is the requirement in future. So forecasting very important. Now you can take just example before pandemic. We all have observed or faced, means we can say less supply or no supply at all of this sanitizer and mask is concerned in the initial stage of the pandemic, because before that only this medical community, some doctors are using this what we are using now in daily purpose, that sanitizers, and the mask also very limited use only in the medical field. So no one has an idea that it is required, and no prediction and no forecasting, and we all have observed the we can say influence, how it is influencing. So forecasting is, now this is the crisis, due to that one pandemic situation arises, but in general also you can apply this. For example, forecast, I will give you, just now I will give two examples, we will discuss in detail when we will discuss that forecast. You might have heard the two names. So you can take unicorn as one of the bike, and again you can take one more example as Swift. Not Desire, Maruti Suzuki Swift, that smaller one. Okay, so these two vehicles you take. One example I have taken in four-wheeler, one example I have taken in two-wheeler. So there was a time where unicorn, when I say that I want unicorn, then I will register, and after 6 months I am getting my unicorn, because the forecasting, what is the demand of the bike and how it got famous in the public, and whatever the demand and supply, no correlation. And due to this only 6 months waiting was there. I am saying was there for this unicorn. And the same example we can take for that Swift, Maruti Swift also, because there is not proper forecasting. The company has not also thought that this product will get like this vast, means you can say demand. So this is just example. So you will able to evaluate the future demands. Then you will able to apply the concept of capacity planning and aggregate planning. So this concept we will discuss. Capacity planning, for example, you take example of our workshop. So what capacity we are having, which are the different work centers we are having, which are the lathe machines and other things we are having, and based on this, which type of production we can go for. So this is related to applying the concept of capacity and aggregate planning. Then you will able to explain the importance of production planning and control, inventory management in production process. So inventory, the stock, you can say raw material inventory, in process inventory, and final inventory. So we will also learn about this inventory. Apply the concept of plant maintenance. So we will discuss about the plant maintenance, and you will come to know how to apply the concept of plant maintenance. And then to get acquainted with various advanced techniques such as lean manufacturing, value engineering, Six Sigma, Kanban, supply chain management. These are the different things, new concept that we will learn in this subject. So at the end of the course, you will able to do or predict these many things. Then let us have a glimpse on the syllabus. So section 1 and section 2. Section 1, introduction to form. So here definition, objective, history, and some introduction to manufacturing system and types is given. So it is just introduction. Chapter 2 is complete forecasting. Just now I have given you the what is forecasting and what are the failure examples of this forecasting. So types of need, then types of forecasting, the statistical method, moving average method, exponential smoothing method, least square method. These are the methods given, and very important for this chapter, numerical treatment is there, and simple numericals will be there. Then capacity planning. What do you concept of capacity planning? How to measure factors affecting the capacity planning, aggregate planning, and investment decision and replacement analysis. Here also numerical treatment is applied. Numerical treatment means there will be numericals. PPC, this concept is PPC, production planning and control. So here objective functions, coordination of PPC with other department, routing schedule, loading and sequencing, line balancing. So these all are the concept related to production planning and control as per as the different functions are concerned. This is about section 1. Then section 2, first is inventory management. Then there are different models, ABC analysis. Here also numerical treatment is applied. Chapter number 6 is totally about plant maintenance. So there are different types like preventive maintenance, breakdown maintenance. So an identification of this breakdown maintenance using the fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram that we will discuss. Then chapter 7, it deals with the value engineering and value analysis. So what is value analysis and what are the reasons of unnecessary cost? What is the procedure and what are the phases that we will discuss. And last chapter, advanced manufacturing system. Here is the introduction related to lean manufacturing basics, JIT, just in time, Kanban system, Kaizen, then zero defect, Six Sigma, supply chain management. These are the different concepts which are applied in various industries, and success of these concepts can be observed through the product of that particular industry. So 10 I will not say experiment or it is assignment or case studies. So we have to cover out of 8. Minimum 8 is required out of 10. So case study on different manufacturing systems. Then numerical treatment, 2 numericals here we have to solve based on this. Then assignment on production planning and control. Numerical treatment on inventory management. Assignment on plant maintenance. Here very important, we will go for this case study on value analysis. We will take one case study on Six Sigma, then lean manufacturing and supply chain management. And as per textbook is concerned, I recommend you to use this Industrial Engineering and Production Management by Marthand Telsang. Yes, Chan publication, one good book. And if you want to go in detail, you can go for modern production by Bufa, Wiley publication, international book. So that also you can refer. So this is about the what we can say at central idea, what we are going to learn in this. We have discussed objectives, we have discussed outcomes, and let us proceed further. So syllabus we have already discussed. So chapter number 1, introduction to production and operation management. So let us start chapter number 1. I have given you all the importance I want to mention here before starting this chapter. This is the subject which is not means I will share you this production and operation management subject, then industry and last what you discuss industrial management and quality management. So these are the subjects which are included in our syllabus only, and these are having applications in all the fields. So there is one separate related to this you can say postgraduate diploma after MTech or MBA or ME. There is one separate course available related to this production and operation management and project management, and only operation management is also available. Postgraduate means after post graduation again there is separate course available related to this production management and operation management. This much vast field is there, and help you to become a successful, you can say, manager as far as all the concepts are concerned. So in this chapter, the first diagram you can see the design, development, implement and analyze. So any system start with not only product, I am saying system, design, then development, then implement and then analysis, and based on the feedback again modifications in the design will be there. And whatever is shown, it is nothing but the introduction, growth, maturity, saturation and decline. So this is the life cycle. PLC word is there, product life cycle. So this is the standard product life cycle. So let us start our chapter number 1. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the definitions of production, operation, production management, operation management, scope and history of this production management, and then manufacturing system and the various types associated with it. Let us start. What is production? Production is nothing but a creation of utility. Utility, we can use it. The production is defined as the step by step. I will read first the definition and then one by one word we will have a discussion or interactions related to this. So production is defined as the step by step conversion in the form of material into another form through chemical or mechanical process. Step by step conversion of one form of material to another form through either chemical process or mechanical process or any other process to create or enhance the utility of the product, to create or enhance the utility of the product, use of the product to the user. Now let us take any example. Any example, let us we will take. So for example, I will take just a simple example so that you will all will understand. So you all are familiar with lathe machine. So a job is given to you. Assume that you are manufacturing the hammer. So it is manufactured in 2 parts. And again, you may go for welding, you may go for threading arrangement or any other. So like this. So that hammer portion you are making. So step by step conversion of one form of material. 2 round bars are given to you. one shorter round bar and one will be a longer round bar with less diameter. It is used for handle, and one will act as a hammer, which is applied for the further use of hammer. So here now you two round bars are given, step by step conversion of one form of material into another form. So we will go for facing, then turning, then in between so groove is there, then at the one end there will be straight portion, at the other end there will be a portion like circular. So this is the step by step conversion. All operations are not possible in one step. Then you will go for the handle manufacturing. Okay, then I will go for heat treatment. Heat treatment may not be required for the handle, but heat treatment is required for the hammer part, whether we are using which we will go for hammering operation. So heat treatment is required, step by step conversion. Then after heat treatment you may go for post heat treatment checking or final cut if required, or you can go for polishing operation, then assembly of these two, and then finally based on it is welding, etc., or you can go for coloring of it also. So this is a step by step conversion, all the operations through chemical or mechanical. So here lathe machine turning I have used. Then you can, if the hammer is of stainless steel, you can go for chemical like process. So pickling is the PICKLING, not covered in your syllabus, but pickling is the operation which is intended for stainless steel to remove the we can say to clean the material, or to remove all types of grease and etc., whatever contamination is there. So it is applied in industry. So just a few for example I am giving, and we have used also the heat treatment. So you can take mechanical or thermal procedure for this. So like this we can consider. So step by step convert to create or enhance the utility. Initially I have given you only two round bars, and at the end you will use the assembly as a hammer. So the utility also increase, and at every step the value also added, and finally it will become the hammer. So this is example, and this example we can correlate with the production. Here this is the value addition process. Two round bars, no value. See, two round bars, if I will sell it, and if it is having no use, then it will go by scrap rate, or it will go by the raw material rate. But if I will convert these two round bars by combining into assembly, then whatever the cost, for example, if I will take that two round bars, one of 1 kg, one of 1 kg, and whatever you will get 70-80 rupees out of that. So if I will convert into hammer, definitely it will cost 200, 250, 300 rupees based on the size which you are going to manufacture. So this is the value addition. Only two rods, no value. As we are manufacturing step by step, conversion of this one form to another, the value is added into it. So this is the concept of production. This is the very first and starting lecture, so I am giving more stress on these words. Then Edward Bufa defines the production as process by which goods and services are created. Very simple. Production is nothing but the process by which goods and services are created. Goods example just now we have discussed. Let us take example of any service. So I have given you. Production is nothing but, you say that for example you take any medical shop want to develop an application, mobile application, Android app, or the software application for computer. It is also production. He will give demand to any one of the company, then they will start, then they will program, coding, decoding, whatever is required. So then they will require the skill manpower, the developer, and the software testing, and etc., all this. So this is also one of the example that you can take. And finally, I will not call it as a product. You see, there are two concepts, tangible and intangible. So here I can say tangible, for example, just for your understanding I am explaining. Tangible means, for example, you take your bike, your car, then pen, mobile, you can touch, you can sense, tangible. The Idea network or whatever you are using now, Airtel network, Jio network, you are listening the lecture due to average or good speed, you are listening the lecture, you are able to see the screen. So it is good range of network. So you cannot touch, you cannot means physically, but you can realize that this is the good network. This is nothing but the service. So, and I can say that intangible. And now this software, Android app development, this all comes under this service. So this is the example of service. So development of any software is comes under service. Just example I am giving. Then here again one example is explained. The iron ore exists in nature. It will convert it into steel by chemical process, which is put into uses like making bar. So whatever the iron or rough bar is there, it is not having that much value. After chemical process and converting, and it is converted into bars, pipes, angles, channels for construction material or for any other material, again the value addition is there. This is nothing but production. At each stage of processing, there will be value addition. Now that iron ore converted into bar, some value addition. The bar will get converted into hammer, some value addition. And the bar is get converted into steel structure, which is used for construction, less value addition. So like this, depending upon what operation you are making, the value addition will increasing, and it's ultimately cost also increasing. This day we have discussed about production. Now let us have some discussion about production management. So production management is a process of planning, organizing, directing, controlling the activities of production system. We have just discussed about production. Now process of planning for production, organizing, then directing and controlling the activities of production system. So it is nothing but production management. So Edward Buffa again defines the production management as the production management deals with decision making related to production processes so that the resulting goods or services are produced according to the specifications in the amount and by the schedule demanded out of minimum cost. So here again, this is the standard definition by Buffa. We have to go for one example so that you will come to know the concept. So deals with decision making related to production processes. Let us take example again. See, very first lecture I am giving you every time the example of lathe and workshop because you are familiar with the concept and you can easily understand. So one product you are making, you can make the product by traditional lathe machine. You can make the product by CNC, depending upon the tolerances. So related to production process, decision I have to take according to the specification. Now in some of the cases, 50 micron tolerance is not possible by using traditional lathe machine. So in this case, you have to go for CNC. Okay. For example, 0.5, 500 micron is tolerance is there. You can manufacture by CNC. You can manufacture by traditional lathe. Choice is with you according to specification. In the amount and by the schedule, CNC can give one job in 3 minutes, loading, unloading, everything automatic. So loading, unloading, if the operator will do 6 minutes, you will get one job, for example. Manual, the same job is getting means 12 to 15 minutes is required for one job. So this is the schedule demanded. I want 100 jobs within 8 days or 3 days, whatever. So you have to go for whether we should go for 1 shift, 2 shift or 3 shift, and whether we should go for use of CNC or whether we should go for use of our ordinary lathe machine. And out of minimum cost. Now you have to analyze. This is the production management. You have to analyze if I will go by CNC, then this is the cost associated and these are the quality benefits with CNC. This is the time reduction in CNC, but the cost is more. And if I will choose ordinary lathe machine, then this much time more is required. Quality somewhat can compromise, but definitely according to specification required. And this is the cost, and accordingly, decision making will be done in the process of, again, for CNC, highly skilled operator is required. For normal or ordinary lathe, means a semi-skilled operator can run. So this is the selection of production process, selection of manpower, then whether we are getting the job as per specification, in the amount, 3 days I want 1000 quantity, by the schedule demanded and out of minimum cost. So by considering all these the decision making is required, and it is nothing but the production management. So for understanding the concept, I have given you one example. Now you are familiar with this production management. So choice is ultimately with the manager, that which choice or what he will go for. The objectives of production management. The main objective of production management is to produce goods, services of right quality and quantity at right time and right manufacturing cost. So 4 pointers are given here: right quality, right quantity, right time, and right manufacturing cost. These are our final objectives. And intermediate objectives in between: machinery and equipment, materials, manpower, and supporting services. You can put your attendance through typing in the chat box. So intermediate objectives. So here you can say machinery and equipment. Just now I have given you complete idea that I can go for lathe machine, I can go for CNC machine, or any SPMs. SPM, you know, that special process. Okay, so special purpose machine, SPM. So the choice is with me. Which machinery and which equipment we will use? What is the material is required to be used for any particular product? Then which type of manpower, whether it is possible with unskilled, semi-skilled, or highly skilled, or any very special type of worker is required for it. And what are the supporting or additional services required? Supporting services, maybe it may be the process plan, it may be the changes in design and design specifications, it may be the maintenance, it may be the separate jigs and fixtures required for doing the job effectively. So these are the different intermediate objectives, and our final objective should be right quality. So whatever desired quality is there, that is required. Right quantity. So quantity, just I have given you example. That same example I will take once again, as I have discussed with you, and you are now quite familiar with that example. That you can take any bike example. So we were discussing about unicorn. Right quality. So quality already trusted by the people, customer, therefore only they are demanding right quantity, but the quantity has not provided at right time also. And manufacturing cost is also important. So our product, so whatever products you take, so it will be affordable to customer. Manufacturing cost is important. Competition also we have to take in account. So the main objective of production is to produce goods at right quality. Our product should have right quality along with right quantity. Otherwise, what will happen? You will go for making 5 jobs in one day. Excellent, outstanding quality. The tolerance is given 100 millimeter. For example, any dimension you take, 100 millimeter plus minus 0.3, 300 micron is allowed. And you are going for 100, sir, only 10 micron tolerance is there, are not required. If you go for this case, only 5-6 jobs you will manufacture in one shift, and whatever the given tolerance is there, 100 plus minus 0.3, if any other manufacturer is making 50 jobs in a shift, then where are the 5 jobs and where are 50 jobs? Per 8 hours, each shift is assumed to be 8 hours. Per 8 hours, that first person is lagging by 45 jobs. Then what is the use of that quality at the cost of quantity? So I am not saying quality is not required. If the dimension is given 100 plus minus 0.3, then within the tolerance, whatever we have to go for, maintain the quality, whatever the surface finish is given, we have to go for the quality, and along with the quantity is required. If you can go for these two, then and then only right time you can give. And again, right manufacturing cost. If you will go for 5 jobs only with very highly qualified product, what happens? Ultimately, cost will increase. Time more, cost more, less production. So I am not saying it is not good. If it is job order type production, you are having only one job and you are having 3 years time, you will say, sir, how it is possible? It was there. I will share some example. If you take job order production, like for example, you are having order of Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, and one of the very heavy part you are making for that ANPCIL. It may take 2 years, 3 years. Again, for that sub small components are required. Again, you can take decision based on this. So to summarize, I can say that just I have focused about quality, quantity, time, and manufacturing. Everywhere I am trying to give you example. So the objective of this production management is to produce goods and services of right quality and quantity at right time and right manufacturing cost. So this is the objective of production management. Let us move further. Production system. Production system is a part of organization which actually produces the products, where the production happens. This is the production system. So it is where the production, now it is the basic activity of all organization, and all other activities revolve around the production. See, I have given you idea in the first slide only. This is the basic activity and all activities revolve around the production. How? Let us take any example. Any example you take from the toothpaste, that customer product, toothpaste, soap, oil, or your bike, then your clothes, whatever, shoes, mobile, any accessories of mobile, laptop. So basically the market survey is done, that what is required in the market, and forecasting is made that now this product will have a boom in the market. For example, I will say the sanitizer spray pen, which we can means hold at our pocket and we can use for it. So someone has analyzed it. It may have the boom in the market. This is very forecasting activity, very first. Marketing department. Then it will be given to R&D may be there, or design may be there for specification, drawing, making, etc. So design department is involved. It will prepare drawing. Now I have given just example of sanitizer pen, but if you take example of any boiler, any pressure vessel, any gearbox, then complete based on the specification of the customer. Complete design is made, drawings are made. So it is a lengthy process. It may take months also. So this is design department. Then after that, the design is over, drafting is made, drawings are made, and then they will be given to production planning and control for this making of this, we can say the process chart, that where which operation. So it is a flow of all operations. So I can say we have the production plan, how the product is required to be manufactured. Then after it will be verified, and then which machines are required, what is the capacity of the machine, which tooling is required, everything is finalized. Then the drawings and production plan is issued to production department. In production department, at various stages, there is intermediate checks. There are intermediate checks. For example, quality control checks. So whether the dimension is as per the requirement, whether any test is required. You might have heard the word dye penetrant test, non-destructive, magnetic particle test, then UT, ultrasonic testing, radiographic testing, then ED current test. These are the different tests required as per the demand of this product. So this involves the quality control. Then after your production is over, you are sending it for next assembly section, or you may directly dispatch. So now the packaging and the transportation and the production duty is fit it in the transport vehicle, and again it is delivered. And in service, if there is any problem, then again the production, it is not related to our consumer product. But if there is, you have manufactured a boiler, and if there is some problem in boiler, then you have to visit the plant, you have to visit the site, and whatever is required, you have to go for that boiler. So I have taken the production as the activity, and I have given you the complete overview, that from forecasting up to dispatch, and after dispatch also, how that production person is involved in all the cases. And all the other activities are how they are moving or revolving around the production. Okay, the output of production is creation of good or services which satisfy the needs of customer. So it may be any type of product. I have given you the idea of goods. We have discussed about services also. So it will satisfy the needs of customer. Service, you can take mobile network. Service, you can take any computer application service, any hotel, hospitalization, any service. It is satisfying the needs of the customer and creation of goods. In some organization, the product is a physical good, while others it is a service. So we have already discussed this also. Car, mobile, pen. So which you can touch, which you can feel. It is a physical product good, and which you cannot sense, but we are using. We are means many times by this application only. We will call it as a service. In general, also we will say the service of that particular auto garage is not good. So what is service? This is the word mentioned here, service. So the service related to automobile sector, then service related to this hotel management, then services related to, I have already given you brief idea about IT, how IT sector can be considered as service sector. So this all comes under the service sector. Then next, let us see about the production system. So very simple concept, you can call this production system as input, conversion process, output. Very simple. If you see the diagram, but the diagram, it gives many things to you. So what may be the input? Main material, machines, information, energy. Let us take the example. Diamond. So diamond, I am taking different example for better understanding. Now this manufacturing of lead 2 times over. So I will take another example. So let us take diamond ore. So it is not just like a pure diamond with all sides finish and whatever required you will get in the ore form, not at all. So that I have to finish and convert into a good luxurious shaped diamond having very high cost. So what type of main material machines are required? So I will start with information. You should have very first the information about what are the instruments required to cut for the diamond. What are the different processes by which this ore, whatever we are having rough, it can be converted into diamond. Basic thing. Then what are the different tools and equipments that by using which we can shape the diamonds? Energy, maybe mechanical, maybe chemical, what are the different processes? Then what are the machines required for these diamonds? Material I have already discussed, we have taken the ore. And what are the main initial stage for extracting purpose? Okay, no problem, unskilled labor, no problem. But while you are giving the final shape to the diamond, and if any particular worker is giving the final shape by his hand, it is also very important, because whatever the scrap is there from that diamond, the small crystal particles, it will also have a big value. So this is the information required very first, and then proper selection of this main material machines, and the energy means different processes which are to be employed for the conversion process. Then transformation, starting from ore, then rough form, then super semi finishing, super finishing, and giving it shape, maybe smaller shape to fit in a ring. We can say diamond ring, which we are generally it is wear in fingers. So that is ring, or any other standard shape. So showcase, we have to fit it some bigger size diamond. So this is about the transformation and conversion process. And what is output? Here output is the good. I have not given idea about services. We are discussing about goods. So this is the goods. So initially, whatever ore you will get, it is not having that much value. But if it is converted into that final good, having very luxurious look, definitely it will have value in thousands and lakhs for that particular diamond. Okay. Let us have an example for service. Okay, let us take again, I will take the example of IT sector. So any one Android app is required to be developed. So what is information required based on the application you want to develop or we want to develop? We should have the information what is required for that, and based on the level of criticality, means what are the different things and what type of analysis and what types of language and modification coding is required. The main means I can say here the team of developers, then software testing testers, it will be selected. Then material, here there is no physical material is used, so whatever material used may be the systems, or I can say computer, laptops, and another some gadgets required for developing it or testing it. Then machines, the same thing. Then the information I have already discussed based on which type of app you are developing, the information. And energy, now here apart from electricity nothing is required to go for this Android app development. This is one of the service. So starting from this, the app is tested, and then after testing again the app is launched, and based on the feedback again it is modified, and there are different versions also available, you can see. So we need to require some certain apps after the different versions are available. So this is creation of service. Any example you can take. You can take the example of hotel. So I will give you one more example for this, and then I will go to feedback, measurement, and control. So in hotel, you just take the same price of any one rice. I will give very simple example. Any one rice recipe you can take. So that rice, you take example of pulao. So rice recipe in a small hotel, medium hotel, and 3-star, 5-star hotel, the prices may vary from 150 rupees up to 500, 600, 700 rupees for that. So based on the information, what type of hotel you are having, and for the what type of people are visiting to your hotel, and what are the choices of them, and what you should have. This is the number one. Which type of rice is used, what are the different vegetables required to use. Okay, then main, depending upon your chef or master chef, whatever you can call it as. So the three types: 5-star hotel, 3-star hotel, then our general purpose hotel, and very you can say means lower capacity, I can say only 5-10 people, that rural side you can take example of small hotel. Okay, so quality will be the same. I am not taking doubt about quality, I am giving just example. So this is another example you take. Based on this, the main, you can call it as master chef, or in Marathi you can call it as achari, it will change. Then you may go for basmati rice 150 rupees kg, or you may go for the same rice which is available at 60-70 rupees per kg also. The machines, whatever used for cooking utensils are there, and the energy, it may be flame like thermal energy is there. And again the transformation of this rice and all other things into, now you can call it, not call it as a good, but the sector comes under service. You have manufactured rice, it can come under good, but whatever the sector is called, it is hoteling is nothing but a service. Okay, so rice is, you can call it as a good, but the I am giving this example intentionally, but this hotel management is called as a service sector. And now the feedback, we will go. Feedback, measurement taken at various points in the transformation process. So first example, I will give you the diamond, the measurement taken at various points. So starting phase, semi-finish, finish, the different feedbacks are taken. In the app development also, starting phase, then in between some accuracy is required. The developer will say some changes are required to the engineer. Then after that, if okay from developer, then software tester is there, testing is say that this app is not okay, or this is not, or it is having some limitations, you still modify on it. Or third example, whatever the good service, the quality is not good and some problem is there and you have to modify. So these are the measurement and feedbacks at feedback taken at various stages. And what is control? The comparison of the feedback against the previously established standards to determine if corrective action is needed. Control means whatever based on the feedback, whatever our previous action is there, okay, no problem, every time this happens and this is the error and still it is okay, don't worry about the error, proceed. Or diamond also, though it is error or having some shapes, but whatever we are manufacturing, it is also good, continue. And third, depending upon the rice and quality and the different types of people visiting to that particular hotel, it is accepted and people are enjoying it. Previously established standard. So that particular firm is having some history, and based on it, it is checked. And if the quality is down, definitely improvement is required. So this is important control. So maybe diamond, some shape is not there good, or some more material is removed and you are not getting as per the size, etc. So this is related to that first example case, diamond. Then second case, it is not functioning as per requirement, the Android app whatever we are developing. Then in that case, some control stages are required, and we have to check, or you have to go for feedback to developer so that he will modify accordingly. And third one, the whatever pullout you will get as a service, so the quality also can be enhanced. So this is about the production systems.